Go.
Hi, this is a presentation about John Canty and how John Canty's brain is that John Canty is still trying to trying to turn Tom into a thief and a beggar so he could get more money, but now Tom is at a royal place because he doesn't like to steal or disrespect anyone. And the quote from John is, now this is from the passage. I swore the day he was born he would be a thief and a beggar, but what ended up happening was that Tom didn't want to be a thief and he went to a prince, and the prince was conjugating, trying to persuade him to switch lives, and that all happened. And then John Canty thought the prince was Tom, and then he thought his son got mad, but the situation got found out, and then Tom came to the royal family. And John's right-hand men are Tom, Hugo, and Money. Tom, his son; Hugo, his partner for stealing money; and Money, the thing that he needs and steals all the time.
For the actually heal, we said that he had no money to afford food or clothes, so that's why he tried to turn Tom into a thief and beggar. And then for the what significant event, I wrote he had lost his son because he became the prince's ward.
For the heart, he loves money and stealing, and since he forced his own son Tom to steal, he didn't even care about his own son. All he loved was stealing and money. And for the left hand, he decided to leave his own son, and he didn't want the son in the first place. And he only used his son to only steal and for money.
So for the eyes, what he saw in the world is that only for stealing places, and for the shoulder, he was afraid of his son Tom rejecting not to be a thief and a beggar, and yeah.
Questions?
Yes. Oh, Craig? That was just a little more creative. Any more?
Explain Tom Canty's perspective on the world in Predator Death. What did you say? Can you just explain John Canty's perspective on the world?
So he's always been trying to steal money. When he raised Tom, he was gonna expect him to be a thief and a beggar. Right now, he lost his son. He left him behind. He's gone. Now he's just with Hugo, trying to steal money. Yeah.
Why does Tom Canty expect Tom to not become a beggar like him and a stealer? Why does he expect that?
It's because he had no choice since he harmed the prince, and also because Tom already went with the royal family with the prince, which made it harder for Tom or John to get Tom back, which he can't now. Thank you for
All right.
Alden.
So for prepared, I really liked how you guys weren't really reading off of your like note cards and stuff, and you guys knew exactly what you were gonna say. So I gave you guys a 4. And for engaging, like everyone was holding the project and speaking like equally. So I gave you guys a 5 for that. And for eye contact, you guys looked at the note cards occasionally, but mostly you guys were like using evidence and stuff, so I gave you guys a 4 for that. And for volume, I could hear you guys really well, and I like understood most of it, so I gave you a 4 for that.
All right, great job. All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is our project that we worked really hard on, and our names are Ariana, Wadon,
Omar.
and Alika. Okay. For the brain, the prince is jealous of Tom, which is the prince, he's staying in the castle. He has nothing to do. Well, Tom, he like can play outside and stuff. And he treats people fairly, and he has to get back to the castle. He's stuck and yeah.
This quote means that you should not sit in the presence of the king. You're not allowed to. That's why.
Treats people fairly.
For the right hand, his right hand man is Miles, and because Miles helped him through his rough times, and when he was like thrown around and outside by the prison guards, Miles is the one who stepped up for him and helped him through all those rough times.
So his deal is that he was like sheltered and like holding, and like for the left hand he wrote loyalty because he was leaving loyalty behind for freedom, because clearly he lost freely after that. And so for the character sketch, we didn't really we used our imagination for most of it. Other than the blonde hair, which we got from the story, that's pretty much all we got from the story, probably. The rest we came up with our imagination and our background knowledge about the prince.
For the right hand, for the roots, it's society and Miles.
Because the king has a lot of enemies that can try and get him in trouble.
For his shoulder, we wrote that he thinks that everybody should be treated fairly and respected by everybody, and he thinks that it's not fair that everybody is treated based on their rank and level. So he wants everybody to be treated fairly.
So, any questions? Sit down. What would you think that you should wear or for example, what came to your imagination that you would wear that? So it's not me or anyone, it's Omar actually, because he thought of the idea because he didn't want everything to be either red or blue. He just wanted to use every color that he could think of, and if you already use red, so then use some other color. Syed? Of yours? Oh, so one thing, think, for the roots, what made you think of society?
So, society helped shape him. He found out that society is really bad in all.
Last question. Rocket? So why did y'all decide to make the prince in his royal costume instead of when he was out in Oslo court and became king?
We decided to make him a royal costume because we looked towards the end of the story, and when he switched places back with Tom Canty, and the royal suit, it basically helped Hereford remind who the actual prince is. So that's why we rested on the royal clothing.
The end.
Fairness, I gave y'all two because I heard a lot of stuttering and y'all didn't know what to do. For engaging, I gave it 3 because
right, good job. Go.
Good afternoon. This is our character sketch and design of Hugo. My name is Muhammad E. Muhammad Hamdan, Inara, and Roya. So for the brain, all he thinks about is money and stealing. And for his eyes, he thinks that stealing is survival. As you can see in the sketch, we have like money and bread in his pockets.
Okay, for the left hand, we put that he left behind his dignity and manners because all he does is steal and he has no respect for others. And for his right hand, we put John Candy since he's his partner in crime and he always helps him steal.
For the shoulder, his burden is the prince because he has to take care of him, and the heart, he cares most about money, life, and personal gain.
For steal, John Canty helped Hugo, and his weakness is being poor. And for the mouth, he won't escape. I'll see that he earns his bread today, or else. I don't see.
Any questions?
Why does he only have one arm?
The only reason we did that is you can ask one of my other.
So the reason we did that is because that was kind of our design for his sketch, cause like we think like while he's stealing, he might get like injured or hurt. So yeah.
We also think that because maybe he was stealing and then they cut off his arm as a punishment of years. Say that again.
What does the bread represent?
The bread represents the story. It said that he was stealing bread, and we also put that because he steals for a living. And it also said in the story that he steals to get food. Last question, Trey.
How do you have money from our time when back then it was only coins?
It was
They
just
didn't
a
actually accept
creative design
It's kind of like he got like Jordans on too. He got some sneakers on.
Thank you for your time. Wait, thank you. And who wants to give us feedback? Sit down.
Okay, so for the feedback for preparedness, I gave you guys a 5 because like you guys did not stutter and it didn't really look like y'all were reading off some note cards. Engaging, I feel like you're like really engaging like with the audience and like making them understand. Eye contact, I also gave you a 5 because it's not like you guys were like looking down or something like that. And for volume, I gave you guys like a 5 also because it was really loud.
Thank you so much.
All right, great job. Go.
Good afternoon. My name is Sadon.
My name is Angelina.
My name is Mohammed.
My name is Mohammed. And today we're presenting Tom Canty. For the eyes, we did that Tom Canty sees the world as a cruel but honest place.
For the brain, we said that he thinks about the consequences of what he did.
For the shoulder, we wrote the burdens Tom carries on his shoulder
in the river, and we love to play in the mud.
And for the part, like, he left the people in awful courts, like their kids. He left the people that are currently in awful court.
For the right hand, we said that his right hand man was the prince for helping him out when he was getting treated differently by the guards.
His roots are the princess helped him because of his low status as a pauper. He has been beaten and mistreated when at his life at Opal Court, and because he gets to be the prince for when they swap clothes, this gives him a chance to start his life anew, and this gives him a chance to see that there's another lifestyle
For
as
the
being a
left-
prince.
For the left hand, he said that he left behind being poor when he joined the royalty after he switched with the prince.
And the Aunt Julie his weakness is his dad, John Canty.
Okay, so overall, what we did was we put a scar because John Canty, his dad, used to like abuse him, and he has like a burn mark because like of that abuse.
So what we did was we visualized everything by ourselves, and we also got our ideas from 6CL too. But we did the blonde hair because in the story we saw that the prince and Tom had blonde hair, so we used that to visualize. And we made him sad because he got beaten by his dad and he thinks the world is cruel. And then we put patches in his skin because he's poor.
Also, one thing I want to say is that I had so much fun working with my team to do this project, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope we get to do more in the future. And yeah, so we all did a little bit together, and I guess we all improvised to try our best to do this project. Any questions?
Abir.
So can you tell me who the right-hand man is again? Like,
The right hand man is the prince for helping him out when he was going through a rough time.
Cyan.
so what gave you the idea of making Tom look like that?
Okay, so what gave us the idea, like, do you mean by his face? Okay, so what gave us the idea by his face is like, because he is like also really poor and his father always beats him up and abuses him,
Last
so it's scars.
Last question, quickly.
What's on his hands? On his left hands?
We don't want to answer that question.
Thank you for seeing us.
Thank you.
All right.